The growing tensions between India and Canada have made news headlines, leaving many of us wondering what could be the cause behind it. In this video, I'll explain why India and Canada have been at odds. Hi everyone, this is Simply Economics. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can keep yourself abreast of what's new in the world today. I'm going to take you through a journey of recent events that have led to increasing friction between India and Canada in recent times. We shall discuss the consequences of this tension, as well as what steps can be taken to reduce it. So if you want to know more, keep watching. Canada and India were in the midst of negotiating a bilateral agreement aimed at boosting trade and fostering investment between the two nations. However, these discussions have hit a roadblock. Canada has accused the Indian government of being involved in a murder that took place on Canadian soil. In response, India has recently demanded that Canada recall a significant number of its diplomats from the country. The root of this escalating tension can be traced back to events dating as far back as the 1940s. While Canada and India generally enjoy friendly and productive relations, a few incidents over the past 75 years have periodically strained their ties. The tragic death of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently acknowledged credible allegations of Indian involvement in the murder of Sikh activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Nijjar, a Canadian citizen, was assassinated outside a Sikh temple in Surrey, British Columbia. He was known for his association with the movement advocating for an independent Sikh homeland called Khalistan. The Indian government has vehemently denied any involvement in Nijjar's murder, leading to strained diplomatic relations between the two countries. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly stated that the Canadian and Indian governments are engaged in ongoing private discussions regarding an investigation into Nijjar's death and the resulting diplomatic tensions. Joly emphasized the significance of maintaining a strong diplomatic presence in India during times of strain between the two nations. The Khalistan Movement. Canada's relationship with Sikh separatist activists has been a point of contention for India for decades. The movement to create a sovereign Sikh homeland, known as Khalistan, emerged after the partition of India and Pakistan in 1947. While Sikhs make up the majority in Punjab, they constitute only 2% of India's population. Canada has historically welcomed Sikh separatists, who left India due to violence associated with the movement. The Khalistan movement, advocating for a separate Sikh state, has been marred by violence. The Indian Armed Forces Blue Star operation in 1984 led to hundreds of civilian deaths, targeting Sikh holy sites in Punjab. Canada has faced criticism for not strongly condemning the movement, which is believed to receive support from the Sikh diaspora. The movement remains active, with recent non-binding votes on Punjabi independence in British Columbia. Allegations of terrorism. The Indian government views the Khalistan movement as a threat to national security. They have condemned retaliatory attacks by Sikh separatists, some of which were linked to Sikhs in Canada. The assassination of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1984, carried out by Sikh bodyguards, and the bombing of Air India Flight 182 in 1985, which remains one of Canada's worst terrorist attacks, further highlighted the transnational dimension of this issue. The Indian government is concerned about individuals operating from Canadian territory. Canada has been labeled by the Indian government as a safe haven for Sikh separatist organizers, terrorists, extremists, and organized crime. India has criticized Canada's approach and expressed concern over images allegedly depicting Gandhi's assassination. Despite India's objections, Canada upholds freedom of expression laws that apply to all activists. Canada remains committed to a free and open society, regardless of foreign states' opinions. Why is this a big deal? Democratic countries with good relationships like Canada and India typically do not involve themselves in each other's politics. Sanjay Ruparelia, a politics professor from Toronto Metropolitan University, explains that this is due to the principles of sovereignty and self-government. Instead of resorting to violence, there are alternative ways to address disagreements between peaceful nations. India's involvement in a certain matter would lead Canada to assert that India had no authority to take such actions, according to Ruparelia. Additionally, if the Indian government was implicated in Nijjar's demise, it would violate the United Nations Charter, which prohibits member states from threatening or using force on the territory of another country. The future and the risks involved. Canada and India have a strong diplomatic relationship and shared commercial interests, despite occasional tension. The stalled trade deal between the two countries is crucial for Canada's Indo-Pacific strategy. If the deal falls apart, Canada would lose ground not only with India, but also with other countries in the Indo-Pacific region. The recent expulsion of Canadian diplomats by India highlights the importance of the relationship for Canada. To restore its advantage in the conflict, Canada must present convincing evidence that links the killing of Nijjar to the Indian government or its foreign intelligence agency. Failure to do so could damage Canada's credibility and potentially strain diplomatic relations with India. Either Canada's claims will be proven false or India will be implicated. If the evidence is credible, it may strain Indian-Canadian relations and limit India's ability to deny involvement. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our future content. We truly appreciate your support. See you in the next one.